I won my gulag. We're going to be spectating randoms today. This is the 2-year anniversary of Warzone launching. It has officially been 2 years since it dropped on March 10th, 2020. Coincidentally, it's also my birthday. That's why it's easy to remember when it dropped, because I turned 34 today, the making of this video. And kind of want to talk about Warzone, where it's at. Obviously, the title says Warzone is better than ever. Well, almost, right? There's a lot of quality of life changes that we're going to talk about. We're going to talk about good, bad, ugly, and kind of the direction of where Call of Duty is going with the new titles while we spectate randoms, break down some gameplay. Looks like there could be some action here if this guy decides to take on this bounty. Gets absolutely demolished here. Will he get out of here? Gets enough time to play, reset the gunfight. Let's see what's going on here. Action right away. There he is on the top. Will you get him? Nice! Got the beams. Just a heads up, this video does have a sponsor segment, which we'll do right now. Today's video is brought to you by Raid Shadow Legends, one of the best mobile games around. And today I want to talk to you about some of the more challenging content in Raid, and that is the Doom Tower. Primarily the endgame content that allows you to challenge yourself in a different way. The huge tower is basically a giant prison. The Arbiter fought a pack of really nasty bad guys a long time ago, but she wasn't enough to take them out for good. What's worse, now the Siroth is leaking back into the world, and Arbiter doesn't have the power to keep the wards up, so the Doom Tower is failing, and it's up to us to go in there and knock some heads before they get out. Climb to the top, you're going to need an army of champions. The regular Doom Tower floors tend to be pretty easy to deal with if you've got a strong enough team, but the bosses are really tough, and you need some serious specialists if you're going to beat them. You'll generally want ways to remove debuffs. You'll also want pretty high resistant. Lots of Doom Tower bosses ignore block debuffs, and they can do real nasty stuff to your champions, like draining their turn meter or stripping their buffs. I could go on for ages talking about how to try and fight these bosses, but the real fun is trying things out, experimenting for yourself. So this is the best time to get started in Raid, and if you click on my link in the description or scan my QR code here on the screen, you'll get unique bonuses worth $30. We're talking a free epic champion, Vergis, 200k silver, 1 energy refill, and 1 XP boost, along with 1 ancient shard, so you can summon awesome champions as soon as you get into the game. And that'll all be waiting for you at the top right of the screen. Appreciated Raid Shadow Legends for sponsoring today's video. Welcome back. So obviously we'll start. Oh damn, he got right back into the action. Sheesh. Get out of here, reset that gunfight. This guy seems pretty decent. Oh no, you're dead. You gotta hold the angle. He's gonna kill you. Oh, will you get away? Oh man, just playing ringer. You gotta turn, bro. Will you get him? Oh, the beam's looking a little shaky. Oh, unfortunate. So one of the cool things is with the Warzone right now is the meta is fairly open. If you go play Vanguard Royale, there's a lot of good options that are not only viable, but good and fun to use. If you play regular Battle Royale, you're going to have access to the full, all 140 weapons. We'll still probably use the main ones that people are comfortable using, but there's a lot of good options. Obviously, if you're a competitive player and you want to play to the meta, the absolute meta, obviously there's always going to be those weapons, but it's not like if you do not run X and Y, you can never win gunfights. That's typically not the case. They've made some huge strides in that. I think there's still some slight tweaks that need to be made that it could be perfect, but at the end of the day, you got to have enough variety to keep it mixing and matching. They added a new weapon that really couldn't be used properly. So this guy has a UAV, does have the specialty ammo. I'm not sure if he's just going to wait for the loadout to spawn and then maybe save that for that. I know that's a common strat. There are people close by. The guy's landing right here near the truck. Oh, that's not the engagement. I would have waited till the guy landed, because he's not going to have any guns, and then you should be able to challenge in that way. Still has a UAV in reserve, so should be able to challenge this. Hopefully he doesn't get smoked out here by this guy. He doesn't really know where he went. Is he still down low, or is he went up? I didn't see the guy. Oh, there. Not going to be able to hit those shots. Obviously with the new season 2, there's been a ton of good additions, right? Damn, this guy beamed that dude with just the iron sights that look hella clean. There's a lot of changes that happen with season 2 that are quality of life changes that are drastic improvements to the game, and different things, whether it's the gas mask, the extra health in Vanguard Royale, whether it's the plating mechanic, whether it's the loadout change, you can go on and on and on. They've added the gas stuff, which some people prefer, some people don't. Added new POIs, they added the balloons. There's a lot of new stuff. They were very ambitious. But with those things, it can tend to break some stuff, which we'll talk about, because there's still definitely some issues. Obviously, the health change is a huge positive, I think, for most people, because it's not so much that it felt like Iron Trials. I know some of the lower skilled players typically didn't like that extra TTK just because it felt like everyone was too spongy in Iron Trials and not really favorable towards a low skill to a below average player, as opposed to a high skill. Land more shots, it's a little bit easier. With this, it's kind of like a hybrid between both. You make both people happy, where it's not quite as high as Iron Trials, but it's not quite as low as the insta-kill. So you kind of have that happy medium, and I'm really glad they tried it. It's something we've talked about since the game dropped. You know, it'd be great if you had extra 50 health. They finally tried it, and it seems like it's pretty popular overall. In terms of Iron Trials, though, they implemented it into Rebirth Island to kind of test that out and see how that feels. Personally, I like Rebirth Island's Gulag. I mean, I thought that Gulag, when it first introduced almost a year and a half ago, that it was an amazing Gulag, that it should have been the typical Battle Royale Gulag, right? Because it's fairly balanced, easy, but it was only Rebirth, and Rebirth Island, you have that Rebirth mechanic with the Resurgence, you really never got a chance to use it. I think it's not really fully utilized because of the player count. There's still stuff they're testing, and I think that's what they're experimenting, because when they play it in-house, they have different opinions, and at the end of the day, they got to figure out what's going to work and what the players actually want to play. And that's going to bring us to our next one, which is kind of a positive and a negative. They have given us more options to choose from than previously, but I think they're still missing the mark. In terms of modes like Clash, I know it's a huge favorite among average to below average players just because it's not so sweaty. You kind of get to relax. You get to level up your guns. It's not really hectic. Whatever, you chase some kills. You got some special bonuses. Cool. Other modes like the regular Battle Royale is only quads right now. So if you love solos, but you want to use your Cold War AK-47 and MP5, whatever the title, you can't use them, because you have to play quads. And if you don't have a team, then you're kind of screwed, right? Like, a lot of people enjoy playing solos, duos, trios. Not everybody, right? But by having the option for everything, then you have the 4 modes for those and the 4 modes for the Vanguard Royale. And I think those should be permanent for both. And if you Plunder should switch between the trios and quads like it normally does, sometimes duos. This guy, I didn't even see the guy. Was he hiding in the bush? He's not going to be able to get this off. He's going to get executed. Unfortunate. Be money. Hopefully you'll be back. So you end up with a scenario where it's like you have 2 duos for Rebirth Island. Not really liking that. I really think they should remove Resurgence duos and then put in place so you have a duos, trios, and quads option all time, and rotate Iron Trials out so you can kind of have that for those people, and then there's still those other modes available. You'd have full, and people would say, hey, you know, that's too many modes. People wouldn't be able to play, blah, blah, blah. So what? If everyone gets to play the mode they want and have to wait an extra 20 seconds to queue up, I think people prefer to have the mode that they can play. So that's just my feedback in general of that. Obviously, damn, smoked them. Pretty good skill. I mean, that's the perfect range for the STG. Like, you shouldn't be missing any shots there, right? So I think that because there's obviously people that would love to use the Kilo or the Growl for a 3rd year, but then they can't use it because, like, you know, they have to play Vanguard Royale solos because that's the only thing they have. They don't have the other one. And that brings us to like the bad stuff, right? Obviously, there's a bunch of stuff still broken with the game. But there's been a lot of stuff optimization wise. I think there's still people that haven't given the game a shot after some of the optimization, because I asked over on Twitter. I got like 1,000 responses, which is kind of a lot. Damn, that dude got a gunny too. This lobby must be kind of sweaty. These people, recoil is looking clean. So he got the well gun. He's obviously rocking meta build. Going that route is going to get all the loot they need. We won't really know what perks and stuff they have, but we'll kind of see where that is. But PS5, it's mostly good, right? Like every 7 to 10 games, maybe you have to restart your console just because it kind of ends up with an issue. But you're able to play at 120 hertz, almost no issues other than occasional jitter or lag in the beginning of your matches. But that's affecting all platforms. That's not just console specific. This is something that is impacting PC players as well. So I'm sure they'll get it fixed or whatever, but it is what it is, right? At the end of the day, there's some optimization things with having 150 weapons and all that stuff. And I know some people say, well, you know, the integration ruined it. Well, it's more that just adding new weapons ruined it. It's not the map, because Like the map isn't necessarily the issue. It's more the number of assets that are available in the game that are in there, but that's a more complicated issue. Xbox Series X, believe is mostly no issues, especially if you are having issues, there's a lot of workarounds, right? Like you can delete the game and then re-download it, and that is said to have solved most people's issues. I would look it up on Reddit or Twitter, but that's basically, when I asked, it looked like that was the main, solved almost all the issues, and that solved it. Unfortunately, there was a change on Microsoft's end with their consoles that impacts Warzone, where you're locked at 60 hertz if you have a next-gen console. So unfortunately, you're locked at 60, and that's nothing that Activision or Infinity Ward or Raven or anybody can really do about it, because the Microsoft end changed the dynamic where it locks it at 60, and the other games that allow it at 120 is the other mode that they use, which causes an issue. The guy thinks he's funny. And then we have the old gen dealing with lagging and all that stuff. Obviously, it's not perfect. When I talk to most people, it's just more the stuttery, laggy lobbies, but the frequency is much lower than it was before season 2, right? So there's been a lot of improvements. I think they still got a long way to go on that end. Old console, it just kind of sucks that it's kind of falling apart as they've added more and more assets to the game. But it's kind of like the console's so old, it's like, what's going on? Is there a guy just watching this? This would be so ratty. At least they're center zone. We'll see where it pulls right now. So I think Warzone, I mean, there's still a lot that could be good, better, but I think the game is probably about as good as it's been in terms of the gameplay aspect. Actually playing the game feels fun, regardless if you want to play Rebirth and you prefer Rebirth, and you want to play Caldera and you prefer Caldera. I know some people will say, hey, you know what, I want Verdansk back. You kind of don't. Like, if you go back and, like, I think you look at it with rose-tinted glasses or nostalgia. But at the end of the day, this map overall is, I think, better. There are some issues that we've talked about, but it's kind of one of those things. There's a lot of other issues that they think they could fix too. Like when a blueprint comes out for a new weapon and then you buy it and then it doesn't work. I know a lot of people are like, well, I bought the blueprint, it doesn't work. Well, stop buying blueprints, people. Like, quit wasting your money on an ugly ass blueprint that doesn't look like that once you actually put on the meta attachments. Until they actually make it cover the guns always, you're wasting your money, in my opinion. Because the gun basically looks like a stock weapon when you put most of the attachments on. So it looks like this guy is going to post up for the win. Let's look at their stats since they are playing for the win thing. So this guy, it says his stat is 1.16. Shoots straight for 1.16, at least from him gunning the other guy. We really haven't seen his POV, or their POV rather. Got the bunny hop in there. Has 128 wins, only wins 2% of their matches. So 1 in 50 matches they win. They've had a couple, they were playing Resurgence earlier. What was that? What was he shooting at? He just breaking glass? He must have accidentally pressed the trigger. There's no way, right? So what, he's got the Carver, the weighted stock. He got pretty much the meta, the 2.5x. He's just chilling, probably checking out the mini map, seeing where the next rotation is going to be. He has 25 seconds. I don't know what that was about. What are you doing? Do you have walls, bro? This dude got eagle eyes. I didn't see that dude until he moved. What? No shot. Let me check the weekly. There's no way. What was that guy shooting at? You can see the guy, he cut it, moved across. What was that? That's suspicious. Like, what are you looking at over there? You keep looking. Is he trying to make it look like he's cheating, but he's not actually cheating? That makes no sense to me. He's doing all the why nonsense too. I did not expect this player. Whatever the heck is going on with this player, something ain't right. It's like he wants to be good, but I mean, he only has a 1 KD. Like, what? 1.16. You guys are trying to make noise to get people to look at him? This is a strange player. Like, he clearly copying all the... That stuff is obnoxious, by the way. Like, personally, I think it's a waste to do all that YY nonsense. Most pros will say it's a bad habit, but they do it anyways just because it looks flashier. It's kind of like a bad habit, though. Why? Like, I don't know. This guy's gonna get dumpstered out of nowhere. Unless, like, I don't know what the hell he was shooting at. Like, how did he... Like, is he trying to show off because somebody's spectating? And he's like, oh. So clearly the cluster's there. Okay, what are you looking at? Is there gonna be somebody on that ridge? Okay. What are you doing? The gun's not long range. Switch to your long range weapon. Clearly the guy's going to be at a distance. Wow, this changed direction real quick. That was the weirdest. One of the weirdest POVs I think we've had in forever. Okay, he's stimming. Get to the balloon before it gets out of zone. Where's he going to go? So center zone is way over here. Yep, he's marking it. He can't make it, though. He's got to move to another balloon if he wanted to. There's not really one until there's one over here, but that would be heavily contested. This buy station will probably be pretty hot. There'll probably be somebody here. He has enough for the UAV. See if they make a UAV play, pick up their... There's a guy down low. They called in a cluster. You saw him right next to the shack. He was like right here on the map. Good little peek. Like I said, I probably would have bought a UAV because you won't have another opportunity. There's no more buy stations in the zone once you leave this area. Makes no sense to me. Like, obviously, you know we get... Oh, there's a guy. You're going to get dumpstered by this dude. This guy... This guy's going to use some bunny hop or jumping. That's an aggressive player either way. Will they wait for them to jump out? Oh. Oh, they're going to slide on him. Nice! Got dumpstered. Nice. Now we can watch somebody who doesn't play weird. Oh my god, this dude's a demon. 15 kills. This is the guy we needed to watch the whole time. He's got his well gun. He's going to get to the buy station, get that UAV, and do exactly what I said earlier. Oh. Ooh, got the demon. We got the demon now. This guy's going to get a 20 ball. Nice. We haven't spectated many people getting a 20 ball. What the heck was that, man? All right, you need 4 kills. You got the UAV. We kind of have an... Oh! Nice! Yeah, this dude, he is the one we've been waiting for. 2.8 KD. Ay, ay, ay. They had a win in trios yesterday. This is their second game on today, or third game. It's like a little bit of delay on COD Tracker. But yeah, they have 343 wins with a 7% win rate. Oh, he's going to be coughing. He does have a second stim, though. He picked up another one because the guy had one on his body. Gets fully plated, gets fully recovered. The mantle stopped the plating animation twice. Okay, there's action over there. Work the wrap up the top side. Get a good view. Does have a stim to work with to close the distance. See, this looks like a normal player. The other guy, I don't know what his game plan was. So this is a Bren, which got fixed. I mean, it still needs a nerf, but at least it got fixed so the barrel does have a damage drop off all of them. So it goes from 1 damage to another. Oh, man. I can't believe... He's just pinging to see if there's anybody in the bushes. You need 3 kills, bro. We know that there's one on this side of the map. Hopefully you can catch him rotating. You have the high side. Hopefully the other guy doesn't wrap up on you. He's checking these. He must have been killed lots of time by bushes. Oh, he's going to have to rotate down, but he should have a nice spot in here on this little ledge to the right. So he'll be fine as long as the guy doesn't wrap up on his right side. So I'd wait till the last second and then go down into that spot since you'll still have the high ground. You can see kind of where it is. Just hold this right angle since nobody could really come up that left side. You still need 3 kills though. That's not looking good. You might only end up with 19.
We got company.
He's checking for aim assist. This dude knows. He's like, yeah, I'm not going to be dying to that. All right, so he's in the zone. Just got to spot. Oh, there he is. You spotted him. Easy kill. Nice. Waited till he was up over the hill. Somebody just self-revived and got killed, I think. So it's a 1v1 for 19 kills. He has the high ground. I thought I saw the guy to the right. Might have been the zone. That gave away your position, so you got to be aware of that. Oh, there he is. Is that him? I thought it maybe... Ooh, is this guy far left? I don't see the guy. You do have a stim to work with. Oh, was that a guy? Oh, there he is. Boom, he marked him. You got to watch out for the precision. Don't die to a precision. It's right in front of you. You got a stim play. Nice. You're going to be able to make it out of this. This guy's going to be looking for you, but you got the high ground. He's in the window? No. Oh, he's got to pull back to you. So you're fine. He's got to come up the hill. There he is. Oh, full eagle chow. Nice. And the execution to finish it off. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. Appreciate the support. Thank you for watching as always. Have a great day.